There are moments in the Bible that don't just challenge our faith, they dare it. And this was one of those moments. Samaria was dying, not from war, but from hunger, not from lack of strength, but lack of hope. The Syrian army had surrounded the city. No one came in, no one went out. Famine choked the streets. People were eating donkey heads. Dove dung was sold like treasure. Mothers were boiling their own children for food. Yes, it had gotten that dark. And in the middle of that darkness, the word of the Lord came. Elisha stood up and said something that must have sounded insane.
Hear the word of the Lord. By this time tomorrow, food will be cheap and abundant in the gates of this very city.
Wait, what? Tomorrow? One day? From starvation to surplus? Even one of the king's officials scoffed. He said, "Even if God opened the windows of heaven, could this possibly happen?" And Elisha, calm, unwavering, bold, replied,
You will see it with your own eyes, but you will not eat any of it.
That was the prophecy. And heaven had already started moving. Meanwhile, outside the city walls were 4 lepers, outcasts, unwanted, dying. And they looked at each other and said, "Why sit we here until we die?" If they stayed where they were, they'd die. If they entered the city, they'd die. But what if they went to the enemy's camp? Maybe, just maybe, they'd live. It was a risk, a desperate gamble. But sometimes, faith moves in the feet, not just the mouth. So they walked toward the Syrian camp. And when they arrived, silence, stillness. Not a single soldier in sight. Tents were standing, food was steaming, gold and silver lay untouched. The army? Gone. Because while Samaria was praying and Elisha was prophesying, God was working. He had sent a sound, a heavenly hallucination. The Syrians thought a massive army was coming. In fear, they fled, leaving everything behind. The lepers couldn't believe their eyes. They ate, they drank, they gathered treasure. Then they stopped. Conviction hit them. This is a day of good news. We cannot stay silent. So they ran back to the city. They shouted at the gates, and the people poured out to the camp like a flood. Food everywhere, barley and flour, cheap and overflowing, just like Elisha said. And what about the doubting official? He saw the miracle happen. He stood at the city gate as the people rushed past him. And in the chaos, he was trampled. Just like Elisha said, he saw the promise, but he never tasted it. So what's the lesson?